Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a fascinating and, honestly, absolutely necessary shift in how we look at the artificial intelligence revolution. We're going to step back from viewing AI purely as a technological leap and start looking at what it actually means for human existence. We'll be exploring this through the profound lens of Dr. Han Byung-han's work, focusing specifically on a concept called Jungjung Shide Sigansung, or the time ontology of the Jungjing era. Trust me, this is a thought-provoking framework that's going to fundamentally change how you view the future.
Right out of the gate, we have to acknowledge a massive blind spot we currently have. When we talk about AI today, the conversation is pretty much entirely dominated by computational power, inference efficiency, and generative capabilities. You know the drill. We're constantly asking, how smart is it? Or how fast can it make this image? But by hyper-focusing on that, we are completely ignoring the ontological significance. We're missing the massive impact this tech has on human existence, on social trust, and ultimately on the actual sustainability of our civilization.
So, to unpack this philosophy, we're going to follow a quick roadmap. First, the missing question of AI. Second, technology versus ontology. Third, time integrates being, or DT. Fourth, the Zhangji theoretical framework. And finally, a new paradigm, AT. Okay, let's jump right into Section 1, the missing question of AI, where we look at AI as an ontological event.
We really need to redefine what this current AI boom actually represents. It is definitely not just another cool tool. It is actively restructuring the fundamental pillars of our world. We're talking about changes to human thinking, our social institutions, our economic structures, and literally the direction of civilization. AI is what we call an ontological event, meaning it fundamentally alters our reality. And because it does, we can't just talk about optimization anymore. We have to demand accountability, safety, and continuous social legitimacy.
That brings us to Section 2, Technology versus Ontology, which is all about the means versus the direction.
Now, I know ontology can sound like a heavy, intimidating academic term, but in this context, it just asks a deeply personal question. Who and what are we becoming as a society? It shifts our focus away from merely what we can achieve technologically and points it directly at the changing nature of our human existence.
So, think about the contrast this way. Technology provides the possibilities. It tells us what can be done. It's the means. Ontology, on the other hand, explains what our existence becomes because of those possibilities. It's the direction. And the sustainability of this entire AI era absolutely depends on combining both of these harmoniously. You just can't have the means without a clear, sustainable direction.
And within that dynamic, we've got to rethink creativity itself. Creativity isn't just the ability to innovate a faster microchip or write a clever piece of code. Creativity is an ontological force. It generates brand new possibilities for how we live and interact. But, and this is a huge but, a possibility doesn't magically become reality all on its own. It needs a powerful anchor.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 3, Time integrates being, or DT, the active builder.
Here is the core proposition of Dr. Han's work. Time integrates being. Normally, we think of time as this passive ticking clock, right? Just a measurement of moments slipping by. But this philosophy completely flips that on its head. It reinterprets time as an active integrator. This is the very essence of Jungjung Shide Sigansung, the time ontology of the Jungjing era. Time isn't just passing. Time is the active principle that actually forms our existence.
Think of time as a master builder, stacking our existence layer by layer. It starts small. Your individual actions, repeated over time, solidify into habits. Those habits eventually forge human personality. As personalities interact, time allows them to build social trust. That trust, accumulated over time, becomes the absolute bedrock of our institutions. And finally, robust institutions are what sustain human civilization. You see, existence isn't finished in a single spark of AI generation. It is accumulated and integrated through time.
Moving on to Section 4, the Jungjing theoretical framework, where we connect this philosophy to society.
This progression forms a really elegant academic framework. First, we have JP, or Jungjung philosophy, which gives us our ontological foundation. Next is JE, the Jungjung equation, which basically formalizes how we tune our relationships with each other and with our technology. And finally, we arrive at DT, time integration. Much like DT in calculus represents integration over time, here it represents Jungjung Shide Sigansung, that continuous, active formation and accumulation of our societal existence in this new era.
And you know, this aligns perfectly with insights from science and technology studies. Technology and society actively co-produce each other. You literally cannot separate the tech from the people using it. Because of that, AI can't just exist in a vacuum. It requires social legitimacy. And how exactly do we achieve that legitimacy? Through continuous social tuning over time. AI governance isn't some one-and-done rulebook. It is a constant, ongoing process of integration.
Finally, Section 5, a new paradigm, AIT, redefining the future. We need a massive paradigm shift here. We have to move away from viewing AI merely as a powerful computational system. Instead, the author proposes a brilliant new concept, AIT, which stands for AI for Tuning and Integration. Under this new paradigm, AI becomes a civilizational foundational technology, one that is specifically designed to support humans, society, and technology tuning together and integrating over time.
We really have to stop asking, how smart is AI, and start asking, how can AI support the tuning and integration of humans in society? So I'm going to leave you with this provocative thought. AI is undeniably giving us incredible, world-altering new possibilities. But as the clock ticks forward, how will you use time to integrate those possibilities into who we are becoming? Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and keep asking those big questions.